Life's a race, keep the pace, don't let the world keep you bound. The struggle is fierce, but your grace to rise. Eyes on the prize, let your spirit touch the skies. Oh yeah. Winner never quits, and quitters never win. Fight through the dark, let the light shine within. When the road gets tough, and the night feels long, stand tall, keep strong, cause you're where you belong. Feel the weight, it's a test, but you're built to endure. Every challenge you face makes your heart grow more pure. Oh, run the race, embrace the...
Let me welcome everyone. This is where the Innovation Center started 3 years ago. At the inception when the guy that came in as rector, last year to contribute to the national development, particularly in the automotive section, looking outside the fossil fuel. And primarily, the Innovation Center was set up for the training of our students, so that our students can acquire hands-on skills outside their normal curriculum. So irrespective of which department you are or you came from, particularly once you are from science-oriented department, you have to come to the Innovation Center. So at the Innovation Center, we train our students in embedded system, robotics, a bit of artificial intelligence, drone making, drone assembly, and drone flying. So in the third year, with his own challenge, he came up with a conceptual design for electric tricycle, in which at this present state, the main thing important are the electric motors because of the high-tech effort, which we have also have in mind that henceforth, against next session, we will put our hands in the electric motors. So the schematic diagram is what is placed on this board in isometric view. At our first design, what we just have in mind is have the riders in front, one passenger at the back. There are 2 electric motors on the rear tires, then with a gear system which allows you to go front and back. The program used was done here by ourselves. We did the programming by ourselves, and with major contributions from our students. This is the onboard one, which you have there. And like I literally said, apart from the motors, the tires you can get that at any point in Nigeria. Every other thing you can every other thing. With the help of the rector also, because we want to go into brass cable production, with the help of the rector, we are setting up an assembly plant in which every student will be able to do one part or the other within the creation of an electric tricycle. So, like what we have here, this is the skeleton, the main, there is an inverter here which converts AC to AC. Then we have a gear system at this window. This is where you have lost to control to go forward. This is where it is controlled. But the actual electric control are like I said, every other part apart from the electric motors are designed. The other parts we know we are sort of machineries, but with the help of the rector, we have set up the assembly plant. And I can tell you that even in these years of meetings, there are provisions to get more ingredients so that we can have our seamless, so that we don't need to go out to go and build it outside every time we come. But this initial step, getting our electric motors from outside, every other thing is laid on here. So the one outside is working. It goes around 40 to 45 km per hour. We make it low speed to avoid accident. But by the time we are going to the next stage, which the chairman of council and the lecturer has started, that is having a 3-seater at the back with the rider, then we'll be going towards 75 km. And because it's going to be used within the school primarily, so we will not exceed that speed. So that is how far we have come concerning the electric testing. The part of our project for next year now is to do the electrical motor. It's part of what I was trying to tell you. And that is, we are getting the mold that we can do the casing ourselves. Once you have the casing, what you have inside the electric motors are coils. So you can get the coil, the wires are there, get the coil. So that our student now, irrespective of what you are doing, that's okay. That tricycle was what I did, the electric motor. I was part of those who weld this. And don't forget, we have a welding now, fabrication of quality. Not only that, we also bought our own welding machine through the MIT welding machine. And the laser welding machine is only this year, because that gives more precise without hacking and so on. So those are the two machines that we're using. So that's how far.
I'm not actually comment on the channel.
It's not, you can comment. You are the one that has come all the way from Abuja. Okay, from Naddc to see this for yourself. Yeah. And with the latest explanation, the head of you gave me, you can comment. Maybe a promise left on that if you go back, definitely you will get funds to expand.
Yes. I think first we want to congratulate the Polytechnic for setting up the declaration program.
That's the first in Nigeria.
Yeah. Is it the first?
In Polytechnic, first in Nigeria.
In Polytechnic.
Yeah, first in Nigeria.
Maybe you have done research.
Yes.
That's not the most important thing anyway. Okay. So, pardon? This is a very good one. Congratulations, well done. Given that it's just started 3 years ago, what you have achieved is commendable. And the council is interested in development of youth. So that makes it even all the more because of the leaders of the world. And I personally have passion for youth development. So I'm extremely happy with the fact that you set your attention is on our students. Now, I also like the fact that you are bringing in all kinds of students.
Science, environmental.
Okay, because you didn't mention that. So
Science and environmental.
how about social science? No. So you need project management. Okay. And business, do you have business administration?
Well,
so they should form part of it. They are the ones that will do the project management market. So give studies now about disciplinary, and if you bring in the right people, they will look at it from the right basis. So you put the house, you add this against so that you do the proper stage-by-stage analysis and do the scheduling, budgeting and so on. Because all those other people you mentioned, that's not their part. So that is very good. I really wish this would well. You can always pass the message to attention. I think one of the reasons we have had and so on and so forth, we didn't have a policy. Then early this year, our minister inaugurated the National Implementation Committee for the policy. And that is important so that they will regulate everything that comes into the country. Alright, so the students need to know all of this. The auto market was not protected. When we had oil boom, assembly plants were brought in the early 70s. But when the oil doom came, our leadership didn't know how to respond. So, and at that time, the worst vehicle you could buy is a Beetle. Brand new, terrible. We don't know what they call Tokubo, isn't it? But as with the coming of, with the oil doom, there was structural adjustment program that led to the devaluation of the naira, and these things started slipping away. In some climes, the government will give them bailout so that they will survive. Because therein, there's employment, there's everything. So now, with the devaluation, with further devaluation of the naira, vehicle has gone out of reach. New vehicles have gone out of reach. Used, the so-called Tokumbo has gone out of reach. Okay? And so we have had series of meetings with stakeholders. It's important that the students have this background so that as you are going into all these things, you know where to attack, so that their thinking is global. They know what exists within and they know what exists outside, so that they can get whatever they want to get within and outside. It's very important that they have a wider picture of the whole automobile sector. They know what is happening and they know how to resolve this. So our major problem now is that vehicles have gone beyond reach. Even to whom you can buy this normal one that they use, Corolla, is 7 million now. You understand? From your salary, calculate your salary, see how long you can pay that.
Nigeria use.
Now there is global warming, which has necessitated using electric vehicles and then cleaner fuel powered vehicles like CNG, hydrogen vehicles, and so on and so forth. Okay, but there are a lot of things in common with them, understand, basically. So the way it is now, we are just trying to regulate the market. Everything is coming in. And as at before the oil doom, and that is where the major issue is, local content. Of course, the students themselves are local content. They are part of what we consider as local content. So with the advent of oil doom, it became, at that time, we had achieved between 30–40% local content. AUTOMOTIVE, you know the initial assembly plan, we have like 6 of them. They had achieved 30–40%. We had Michelin, we had Dunlop, all these things have gone on there. Right now, all the people that are assembling can only claim 30% local content. So if you make claims, because I was taking notes of the claims you're making, and I know the possibilities. So 10% is what we have now, because even the raw material, all the companies that, so all of us, this problem is for all of us, for the government. Ajakuda is down, Delta Steel is down, Dunlop left, Michelin left, Quality Radiators left, people making headlamps left. If you look at Podio before, it's Nasco carpet that was inside. Nasco was done in just. Where are all these things? So when we had meetings with stakeholders, the conclusion was that since vehicles have gone beyond reach, the thing that can bring down the price is to do this component by component here. So when you make claims, I'm really impressed with the outlook of this vehicle, and I'm wondering if you did it here. The finishing is good. I was trying to. The finishing is good. This is.
When you have industrial press and you have a mold under the press, Anything, any flash it will put there. Once you press it in, it gives you any shape that is within the mold.
You did the mold, everything here.
No, that is part of what.
So, one of the major reasons for working this out, even though it's very expensive, but with the help of director, we're able to achieve this, is that there are industries that are in the country that students are not aware of. For example, when we are doing these plastic, we went to Gaza, and then they have very good injectors, plastic injectors. But, yeah, Gaza, most of our plastic, they have good injectors. But mold technology is a big problem there. So, but thank God for many online tools now. So most times, you just design online, teach the student how to do the design, then click on order it. So there are many molds outside of the country. Some people have established their own in Ghana, but you think they are ordering from Europe. But they are in Ghana, they are in other African countries. They just charge you like they are charging you from Europe, and they just bring it in. Look at this foam mold. This air foam mold, designed online, made order. This air foam mold, this can be done here. Because look at, and there are other foam countries, foam industries that are making foams. All we need is just put the dye and the color to give this raw food. Just create a small mold and you get it done. The spraying, look at the spraying. With the student and local sprayers, and the one that did this here in Milan, you finish everything here.
AUTOMOTIVE,
everything here. So we have laser cutting machine that we have here that can cut very well for us. Precisely cut. It's there in the innovation center. We did all of these things one after the other. So the major issues that we have is the steel, which we are calling the government to help us with. When steel drastically go down, you can't industrialize without steel industry coming up very fast. But majorly, if you steal the Chinese, it's cheaper. But because you are bringing in such heavy steel, the cost of shipping makes it very much expensive. This is where the problem is. So the steel, other part,
Raw material generally.
all of them.
Raw material generally. So our attention is the thing that can bring down the prices of these vehicles is for us to do it here and for us to get the raw material here. You understand? And what comes with it is employment, which the government is interested in. Because it has linkage effect for employment at every stage. When you talk about producing raw material, it's employment. When you talk about adding value to the raw material, it's employment. Every stage.
Let me have this. If presently you have 8,000 students passing through the education center. So you see the spiral effect. Once we get 2 or 3 industrial machines, the press, you can get our mold, the Naddc. We have we was under assembly. We have gone through the training, we know what to do, we know everything. But we still need, the rector is waiting because once we write a note that we want to buy this thing doesn't come in 10 million, it doesn't come in 2. We talk of 200 million, 50 million, so it shakes the system. So if you can partner with us, if sometimes you say, give us your own machine that you are not using, that are still working with, which we can continue to use. If you are going on to more sophisticated one, give us the other one we are using first. Let us add it to what we have, and let 8,000 students pass through. That is the spiral effect, and that is what I'm always happy about. What impact will it have on the students? Again, that is the only achievement I have. If they say who has the achievement, directors, the former rector and the present rector. But once the students are doing well, that is when I say I've achieved something. Again, and that is where we are going. Let me digress. We took this to TETRA. TETRA is a program of TETRA. Bring your research. This is a 500 watts inverter. What a Baba does is this. When you take it the other time, add them together. We have used the finance thing. I think by November of December to do the markets. Through TETRA. This one was done here. We didn't buy this casing. We use a fiber cutting machine in Lagos to cut this with the laser cutting machine cannot cut the metal as thick as this. All this. Somebody says, this is from US. No, this is not from US. This was done here. Everything assembled here. In Elaro. So we are open to collaboration from you. We are also open to whatever will make our students get out and say, okay, I have HND in mechanical, but I can do this, I can do that, I can do that. That is our job as a school.
No, everything you have done here definitely will teach them something. And you have started.
Yes, sir.
So I will continue to build on it. Now, the National Implementation Committee has not started fully because their major thrust is to encourage the use of local products. You know, control what comes in and then protect the local industry. That's the major objective. I like working that. Like I was saying, we are trying to.
That's the engineer.
We are trying to. My department, because of our interest in youth development, we are trying to begin a competition within the universities. We have not gotten to the polytechnic. We are coming to the polytechnic.
You are going for theory,
No. It's not. It's not theory.
This is where they ask on.
No. They do hands-on as well. I that you're already working with the industry, because part of what we intend to do in that competition is that we want the industry, the academia, and government, because we are government, we're not industry per se. You understand? So we want them to work together to close the gap between academia and the industry. And that, I think, we have done very well there. So we're trying to promote that. So what can bring down the cost is local production. A lot of these things have been brought in. I know it for a fact. When you say, even the electric motor you are talking about, it's not as simple as that. It's not as simple as that. Elon Musk just elected, because this thing is like children playing with Lego. Check so many vehicles. You see Meccano making vehicle now. You decide where you have comparative advantage and you produce it fully, and you import the rest. So also, which is part of what we want the students to also know, that once they do their designs, they select their component, they know where to get it. Don't do something, if you are using anything you are adapting, make sure that once they say you are mass producing it, you can get it in numbers. So you see even the requirement for setting up assembly plant, we want to know who are the OEMs you are partnering with, and so on and so forth, so that if you do a prototype and it's successful, you can get the component if they want that vehicle in numbers. You understand? So we also want them to have that mind where to get the thing. I think this engineer has started that. This thing is global. For the chairman, I know maybe at the right places, people keep mounting pressure that the government will do the right thing. It's unfortunate that we cannot get raw material and we have everything. You know, they were interviewing Chief Ufalaye the other time, and he said something that was instructive. He said the dullest leader knows that you must solve power problem. What is our problem? The dullest leader. Because without power, it's having effect on...
We're not just 8 a.m. to 6 p.m.
On diesel, isn't it?
Yes.
You understand? Because even the solar we're talking about, we can only gradually begin to introduce it, introduce the solar to complement this thing, and then gradually we're going off. You understand? So what is our problem that we cannot solve the power problem? What is the problem that Jakarta cannot take? What is the problem? Element petrochemical. I was with Innocent some years back, and he told me that he found one raw material with element petrochemical, but they don't produce it in commercial scale. I saw he bought machines, plenty, covered, new machines, but there are no policies to protect him to even produce those things in Ghana. You understand? So part of maybe what you need to be doing is also to take the students for industrial visit so that they see some of this. But this is very commendable. This is commendable. And I know that yeah, if you apply for funds and you write a proposal and it's coming, why not if you have the money into it? They did you because the fund is for things like this. It's for things like this. But this is really commendable. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
On behalf of the chairman, you have your permission. On behalf of every council member, we want to thank you for your visit and also appreciate you for the interest in the Polytechnic. I'm also joined the Director of Innovation. Rather than starting from the university, start from the Polytechnic. We have all attended university. What they do in the university is not what we do here. Unfortunately, time will not permit. I will have taken you to our fund research to see what we do there. The Polytechnic applies the theory of the university. The number of times we run on practical for our graduates, we don't have anything in the university. That is why it's easy for us to do a lot of things like this. They have only shown you pantry of what you have done. I'm telling you, we have a lot of things that this engineering have done. But the main problem is what you have said. How do we link the industry? Of what import is what we produce, that we don't have handshake with the industry that will produce it or that will mass produce it. We also have challenges of electricity. We run diesel, we run on generator, we have about 24 generators, different types. Imagine the cost. So since we have said that if we can write a proposal, even we can. But we just written one to ID. And the information I'm hearing is that we have won it. The information I'm hearing is that we have won it. I must let you know that the president has invested in technology. The engineer that spoke with you, we partner with him from Germany. He's from Germany. He's a Nigerian. He's a consultant. The reason is that we want to expose the engineers locally to what happens in Germany or developed nations. So if project like this is doing that, with support from government or from even organizations like you, we will do better. Because it's pains to the marrow when we begin to import a lot of things that we can produce locally. How do we not have pressure on the exchange rate when we rely on everything outside the country? So we are also pleading, requesting whatever support, whatever collaboration, we will join hands with you to solve a lot of problems. We can do it, I want to assure you. Because we have mechatronics, we have welding and fabrication, we have automotive. It will be interesting to note how many automotive engineers do we have in this country. We can count them, we have less. So why can't we invest in this kind of agenda so that this country will change for better? And that's what we want to do with you. We will write our proposal and you will have it. We'll be happy if you can follow it.
Thank you. Thank you. My DG, actually, any Nigerian that has done anything, he wants us to go there, see what they're doing, see how they're coming, to help. So that's why they sent us here. Anything that we pick from the media, either print media or radio or whatever, we take note of it and we head it straight there. There's nobody that has done anything that was not done there now, except we are not here. So I think with what you have said, maybe you just immediately try to see how we can start the competition as well. And put it in there's no point. We're just trying to do like a test for it. Even if we are just starting with like 3 universities. Because in those universities we have solar charging station as well as we place an electric vehicle there. 3 of them, UNA, Unila, and Oxford University. This is situated there. We have signed MOU with them. We want the students to work with these things and see. In fact, we want to challenge them to produce an electric bus. From time to time, we bring different competition. We can even, in a year, we can even say, okay, it's electric motor we want universities to produce, so that we grade them, and then whichever one has done it well, we see we can scale it up. So this is really nice for me. I'm happy to be here.
So thank you so much, because the council is also happy. No, we're in the meeting.
Yeah,
All of us left that meeting
I can see that.
come to the
I can
city
see
to
the.
show our enthusiasm, how we love what they are doing. Otherwise, we'll have left.
Then I've also shown that not every board want to come down to see what is happening. And it's important. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. In addition to what the director has just said, together with the director of innovation, definitely have on one or two occasions here
No, Jelani has left.
has left.
We have another person. Joseph Oshani. It's a new one. He came in September.
So with your cooperation, we will definitely see what we can do in terms of writing a letter so that many people are part of the region, this is our personal language, so that they can take us to the DG and as well discuss all these issues with you.
I will write a report on the meeting, so if we need anything, just say it.
But it's just in terms of collaboration and assistance from the person. That is what we need. Before even the Polytechnic is joined in that collaboration, let the university start. Once you can follow us a little, please, we'll be able to make progress. By the time the competition of the Polytechnic starts, definitely.
As a matter of fact, we took a tour of some companies that are, particularly those that are involved with EVs, and we have sold the idea of this competition to them, and they are interested. As a matter of fact, we were in a Sinotro in Lagos, and they received us well. The group project manager was even on seat. So you are not going to limit your requests to the council because it's a government agency. Because what we prepared in our plan is that, and I see it happening in developed world, Sudan themselves can write to source for these companies. You can go to organization and it's very easy for them to help you because they are already partners with a lot of OEMs. You just add this to what the project, the guy was interested. So you don't have to come to us alone. You can go to most of these companies to make your request directly. If they see that it's genuine and it will add to what you are doing, believe me, they will do it. I think maybe, I don't know whether it's part of the corporate social responsibility or so. So don't limit it to our side alone. We can make the students go out to look for some of these things and then where to even manufacture some of these things.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
So I think we should see it more.
No, I know. I've seen it. I've seen it.
It's reverses, maybe for the cameraman, those they are stressed.
These are
Through the storm and the pain, feel the rain falling down. Life's a race, keep the pace, don't let the world keep you bound. The struggle is fierce, but your grace to rise. Eyes on the prize, let your spirit touch the skies. Oh yeah. Winner never quits, and quitters never win. Fight through the dark, let the light shine within. When the road gets tough, and the night feels long, stand tall, keep strong, cause you're where you belong. Feel the weight, it's a test, but you're built to endure. Every challenge you face makes your heart grow more pure. Oh, run the race, embrace the challenge. chase, let your courage blaze. You're destined to succeed through the trials and the haze. A winner never quits, and quitters never win. Fight through the dark.
Of the 12th Governing Council of Federal Project.
Alright, so from what you've seen, what will be your immediate reactions at the innovation center?
Well, this is not my first time of going to the Innovation Center. I was there on Monday. I was briefed about the activities going on there at the Innovation Center. And even on the day we first visited, I was highly elated and impressed with the tricycle I saw, which the director of the Innovation Center informed us how they did it with almost all the materials sourced locally. And today, you can see that I drove on that tricycle from the Innovation Center down to the main admin complex. The ride was successful, there's no any problem. You can see the vehicle, even though small, they are proposing that next time if they are going to do it, they will do it in such a way that to accommodate at least 3 people at the back. 1 passenger in front, just the way our normal tricycles work.
Alright, so from what you've seen, of course, from the innovation center, this automatically puts the Polytechnic at the banking position to be the leading institution in terms of assembly plant, among other things. What would be your advice to the federal government? Having said that it costs a lot to put this together.
You see, the director of the Innovation Center that this is the first polytechnic that has produced this type of tricycle. He has repeated the same this morning in the presence of the representative of the National Automotive Center who came to visit the institution and inspect the machine. In fact, based on the assessment of the representative of the Automotive Council, he said he's quite impressed with the way the Polytechnic has transformed virtually all raw materials at their disposal to produce this machine. My advice, as always, is that we need federal government assistance specifically to this Polytechnic, so that they can expand the scope of this machine to accommodate, as I've said, 2 or 3 people. Even the representative of the National Automotive Center has said that definitely this is a good work, and we commend the director and staff of the Innovative Center as well as the students for the giant strides they have made. Ours, as I've continued to say, is we don't have funds because all these raw materials that can be sourced are expensive. Requires a lot of funds, so we have to go cups in hand. And based on the advice of the representative of the National Automotive Center, definitely the students will equally look at some of the manufacturing companies around, so that they will go showcase what they have produced, so that they will request for assistance as part of their social corporate responsibility.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Alright, for the record, your full name and your designation.
Naddc Abdullah is my name. I'm the Director of Vehicle Electrification, National Automotive Design and Development Council.
Alright, so what you've seen, what will be your first impression?
Wonderful. This is a very good attempt, given that they just started 3 years ago. The most important thing, they have approached the work like they are not trying to reinvent the wheel, which is very important because solution exists, and they have tapped into the solution that exists. And the finish of the tricycle, electric tricycle I've seen, is highly commendable.
Alright, one of the challenge as the case is sourcing for raw materials. So how will your agency, come into play to ensure that the burden is eased?
Well, the council can do as much as it can because the government agents, it's a government agency, but the school can approach other manufacturers, big players in the industry. They can also assist. But the most important thing is that all of us will continue to pressure the government to finish off so many raw material producing companies that they have started, because therein lies the solution to bringing down the cost of vehicles generally.
Will your agency be looking towards replicating this in other institutions of learning?
There are so many people trying to take positions in the EV sector, the private people, the schools. Of course, everybody can see that there is the challenge of the global warming, and we are beginning to see the consequences. So everybody is keen into it. That's all I can say.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
I want it.
My name is Dr. Akinde Mukahila, Director of Federal Polytechnic Ilaro, Useche.
Alright, so from what we've seen, the expectations, how much more, or what should we be expecting following the past mark given to the Innovation Center?
Well, I must say that I'm also impressed. My expectation is to see how we can take the tricycle to the industry. Let me also tell you that this is just the prototype. The main design contains three people at the back and one in the front. And that also has a solar panel that will charge it. That's already been designed. But our expectation is to see who to partner with, maybe like Innocent or like whoever that can help us take it to the industry. Because if we cannot produce this kind of tricycle in commercial quantity, we'll be importing it. That will add pressure to our exchange rate. So we are asking for agencies to support us, also fund this polytechnic in the way that we can do better. We want to even have a mini assembly plant here, in the way we can produce 10. I want to assure you that by next session, we'll produce 3 that we use on campus, and that one will contain 3 people, one in the front with what we call a power solar panel that will be charging it. So it doesn't use fuel, and you can see that it's also reversing. Of all the tricycles they are producing in this country, none of them is reversing. This one is reversing. Like the agency has also said that one, the wheel, we are reinventing the wheel. We are not copying. We are trying to replicate in a difference. Thank you.
All right, take us through, everybody, take us through what you have in the agency, and of course, the expectations, other things you intend to do.
The Innovation Center was set up to primarily cater for students 3 years ago, and the immediate past rector. And what we have in mind then was to have to give our students, those in science and environmental studies, cutting-edge knowledge that are in the industry now, but that are not in our curriculum. So at that point, we developed, went into artificial intelligence, embedded system, robotics, drone making, and drone flying. We concentrated on agri-drone. The agri-drone works on farms for fumigation, for planting of vegetables. So in the second year, we did a portable inverter, which what is it called, those in the micro sector of the economy, barbers and so on, can use in their shop for 5 to 6 hours every day. So in this third year, when the president, Dr. Mukaila, he gave us that knowledge that we must develop a tricycle. So we developed the tricycle design here ourselves. We got some parts from outside, particularly the motors, but every other one did the design and everything. And majorly, these are our students they have over 80% inputs in whatever they are doing. Presently, we have 8,000 students passing through the innovation center, and they go through the rigors of all these things. So they are part of those who do the assembling, the welding, and so on.
Correct. To what you talked about setting up an assembly. What purpose we
Yes, we want to get a headway with any motor we need to do this. And the only place we can do this is an assembly plant. We are, once you get all the rules in place, to do 10, to do 20, it's just following the same pattern to get it done. And that's the essence of the assembly plant. So the assembly plant is for multiplication. Like the director just said, we have to do a 3-seater, which is against next session. So the assembly plant, we've erected the building. We are just getting the equipment for it. We've erected the space for it. Thank you.
Wọ́n ní kò sépo. Elépo ti tán. Kò lépo. Kò lépo rárá. This is your The young guy was following me so that I don't go and crash it.